Welcome back to the channel. Today's video delves into the life and career of Frank Zane, his achievements, his approach to training, and how he became the poster boy of bodybuilding beauty. Frank Zane once described 5 stages of physical conditioning, starting with the lowest, fat, a state where poor diet and lack of training lead to excess body fat. Next is smooth, where the body is firm and muscle shape is visible, but there's little separation between muscles. Then comes hard, not yet extremely muscular, but with a proper tan you can look quite impressive. Cut is the next level, characterized by high muscle definition. And finally, there's ripped, a condition where the muscles are so defined and striated that it looks like the skin has been stripped away. This is the look required for the Mr. Olympia title, according to Zane in 1977. But what should a bodybuilder really look like? It's a simple question with countless answers. For some, bodybuilding means pushing the limits of human physiology with freakish size. For others, it's about achieving symmetry and flow, a physique that embodies classical ideals of beauty. These debates are as old as bodybuilding itself. At the first ever bodybuilding show in 1901, organizers had strict ideas about what was acceptable. Fast forward 50 years, and the debate was between the raw mass of Reg Park and the timeless beauty of Steve Reeves. More recently, the sport has responded to these differing ideals with the rise of classic physique divisions, where symmetry and aesthetics take precedence over sheer size. This brings us to today's focus, Frank Zane, a bodybuilder who epitomized the classical ideal. Competing in the golden age of bodybuilding during the 1960s and 1970s, Zane's physique was a blend of muscle, symmetry, and leanness. He wasn't the biggest, but he was the most aesthetically pleasing, and he was the first to bring this type of physique to the Mr. Olympia stage. Zane's success helped to usher in a new era in bodybuilding, one that recognized the importance of symmetry and aesthetics. Before we dive into his many bodybuilding achievements, let's look at Zane's early life, which set the stage for his unique approach to the sport. Born in Kingston, Pennsylvania, on June 28, 1942, Zane's teenage years were tumultuous, filled with fights and frustration. But everything changed when, at 14, he found a muscle-building magazine in his high school math class. This magazine sparked a passion that would define the rest of his life. Zane began his training at the local YMCA, eventually purchasing a 30-pound dumbbell set that he carried everywhere, much to his father's frustration. Despite the conflicts, Zane remained committed to his goal, gaining 30 pounds of muscle between the ages of 14 and 17. After graduating first in his high school class, Zane earned a degree in secondary education from Wilkes College, all while continuing to improve as a bodybuilder. By 1964, Zane had won several regional bodybuilding contests and, inspired by his success, moved to California to pursue his bodybuilding dreams while teaching. In 1965, Zane won his first major title in the IFBB medium height Mr. Universe competition, kicking off a string of victories. Living in California with his wife, fellow bodybuilder Christine Zane, Frank went on to win the Mr. America middle height division in 1966 and 1967 and the Mr. Universe title in 1968. His 1968 victory was particularly significant as he beat a young Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was still learning the importance of muscle definition. Throughout the 1970s, Zane continued to compete, often training alongside legends like Arnold and Franco Columbu. Zane's physique, which emphasized symmetry and proportion over sheer size, caught the attention of Joe Weider, who began to pay Zane for articles, photo shoots, and endorsements. By the mid-1970s, Zane was a dominant force in bodybuilding. In 1976, with Arnold retired, Zane was expected to claim the Mr. Olympia title. However, he was narrowly defeated by Franco Columbu, highlighting the sport's ongoing debate between raw muscle power and classical aesthetics. Undeterred, Zane redoubled his efforts, refining his training and eventually winning the Mr. Olympia title in 1977, 1978, and 1979. His victories were a testament to his commitment to symmetry and proportion, qualities that set him apart in a sport dominated by size. Zane's physique was the result of a unique approach to bodybuilding, one that combined intense focus with a deep understanding of the mind-body connection. Influenced by Zen Buddhist practices, Zane emphasized the importance of meditation, visualization, and concentration in his training. He believed that full attention to the exercise at hand, rather than the amount of weight lifted, was the key to success. Zane also adhered strictly to his principles, resisting pressure to bulk up and instead focusing on refining his physique over time. This commitment to symmetry and aesthetics helped him become one of the most respected bodybuilders of his era. Even as bodybuilding has evolved, with a growing emphasis on size, Zane's influence remains. His name is often invoked in debates about the sport's direction, and his iconic vacuum pose is still considered a benchmark of aesthetic achievement. Today, Zane continues to inspire athletes who seek to combine muscle with symmetry, proving that beauty and proportions still have a place in bodybuilding. I'll leave one of his growth programs outlined pinned in the comments section. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content about bodybuilders and training programs. Stay safe, stay fit, and stay happy.